Well, in this week's Financial Mail, we look primarily at Lewis, the furniture retailer that sells a lot of its furniture on credit. And it's a business model that seems to have been under siege, particularly for the last couple of months. Lewis has operated in a way that has drawn scrutiny from the national credit regulator, from investors, and from the public at large over the ethics of how it does its business. Essentially, this is a company that charges large amounts of interest and credit life insurance, so that ultimately, for example, if you buy a 10,000 Rand TV, you end up, in one of the cases we looked at, paying 25,000 Rand for that TV. So there are big questions about whether consumers really realize what they're actually paying for. The credit life insurance, for example, many companies operating in a similar space have charged very large amounts of credit life insurance because the law only says that this kind of insurance need only be reasonable. It doesn't specify what it must be. So the problem is that people pay ludicrous amounts of insurance and ultimately never claim on this insurance, which adds to a huge amount of extra revenue for companies. So you saw companies like JD Group, you saw companies like Lewis and Ellerines make a lot of their extra revenue in recent years from these finance charges. So while they started off as furniture companies, and Lewis, for example, I think it was 1934 it started in Woodstock in Cape Town, and it was selling furniture, and it's an easy business then. You're selling a couch, a TV, well perhaps not a 1934 TV, but certainly a couch or dining room table. It morphed into a situation in the 90s where they started giving people credit to buy these things. And in recent years, the credit charges outnumber, they make more from credit and credit life insurance and interest on their loans than they make from actual furniture. So it's a business model that's under siege in recent times. We've seen Lewis's share price lose something like 40% in the last month as questions have been asked over its ethics and how, for example, it tells customers, some customers, for example pensioners, they need to take out insurance to cover themselves in the case of unemployment when actually they are unemployed. So there's a schism between what the company says their policy is and what actually happens on the shop floor.